Thank you for tuning in to Terry Swoop Videos. On today's video, I'm going to talk about the legendary performer, Pearl Bailey. Pearl Bailey could do it all. She was a great singer. She was a great actress. She was a great comedian. She could dance. She could do it all. She's probably one of the most talented women in the history of showbiz. And I've never thought she's gotten enough credit that she deserved. Now, a lot of movie studios have been considering making a movie about her life. And a lot of people have been suggesting that Queen Latifah should play the role of Pearl Bailey because they look alike in the face. They look almost identical in the face. But there's two different versions of Pearl Bailey. You have Pearl Bailey when she was younger, and you have Pearl Bailey when she was older. I think they should hire two actresses to play Pearl Bailey. I think they should hire Keke Palmer to play the younger version of Pearl Bailey, and then they should hire Queen Latifah to play the older version of Pearl Bailey. Because when Pearl Bailey was younger, she was a lot thinner and she had more sex appeal. She was beautiful when she was younger. And then when she got older, she became more heavyset. So I think Queen Latifah would be perfect playing the older version of Pearl Bailey. But I think somebody like Keke Palmer or Jennifer Hudson should play the younger version of Pearl Bailey. Now, Pearl Bailey was born and raised in Newport, Virginia in 1918. And she started acting in the 1930s. She started acting in plays on Broadway. In the 1940s, she became a popular nightclub performer. She performed with Cab Calloway. She performed with the Nicholas Brothers. She became one of the most popular nightclub acts during the 1940s. And this is when Hollywood started asking her to play in movies. She co-starred in such movies as Variety Girl and Carmen Jones. Carmen Jones became one of the highest grossing movies of 1954. And it co-starred Dorothy Dandridge. And this is what made her an international star. This is when people worldwide started to recognize who Pearl Bailey is. And she started appearing in all the night shows.
Well, honey, I was just introducing you.
Well, honey, I heard you say that I was no stranger. These people, honey, I don't know a soul here but you. I'm nothing but a stranger to them. Why, you said you wouldn't use these flowery phrases go so well with a hat. So you go ahead and say them, honey.
All right.
I need them.
Yes, well, I don't think... All right, Pearl, I'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a truly marvelous entertainer.
That's it, Dinah.
Okay. One of the greatest television and nightclub performers in the world.
That's it. That's the kind of jazz I mean. Yes. You know, it's like the stuff you put on the back of my album covers, you know.
The one and only...
Oh, honey, that's nice.
Miss Pearl Bailey.
Oh, you got it. Fantastic affair when it comes to call. After taking you up in the air, down it lets you fall. But be patient, soon you'll find if you follow your heart, not your mind, love is waiting there again to take you up in the air.
In the early 1950s, she married jazz pioneer Louis Bellson. This was one of the first interracial marriages in Hollywood. And this was a big deal back then. He got a lot of flack from the white community, and she received a lot of flack from the black community. She was called a bedwench, she was called an Uncle Tom, and he was called hate slurs from the white community. But even though they received a lot of hate, this was a happy marriage. They loved each other. They had 2 kids together. They were married for over 40 years. They stayed married all the way to the end of her life. So I have to respect that. Interracial couples in Hollywood usually don't last very long. If you look at Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, they were only married for less than 5 years. But they were married in the 1950s and they stayed together for over 40 years. I have to respect Louis Bellson for sticking by her for all those years. I know he had to receive a lot of backlash and it had to hurt his career, but he didn't care. He loved her, he respected her, and he always stood by her. During the 1960s and 70s, Pearl continued to play in movies and plays, and she also released some music. One of the records that she released was with Ethel Waters. Ethel Waters was her childhood idol, and she recorded a gospel song with Ethel Waters.
When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound for me, coming of my glorious Savior's face, I'll sing, and I'm gonna be with him on that morning, bright and fair. 'Cause when my name is called in glory, tell them I'll be up there.
Oh, I'll be there.
You gonna be there too?
Yes.
All right now.
Free from care. I'll be there. When my name is called up yonder, tell them I'll be there.
In 1985, at 73 years old, she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to do commercials for Duncan Hines cookies. What's remarkable about this is that she probably made more money during her 70s than she did during her 20s, 30s, and 40s. And then in 1987, Ronald Reagan gave her a Lifetime Achievement Award. He awarded her with the Medal of Freedom. And what a lot of people may not realize about Pearl Bailey is that she was a Republican. She was a conservative Republican. She was always good friends with Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan. But regardless of her political affiliation, this woman is a legend. She's one of the greatest entertainers of all time. She passed away in 1990 at 78 years old. And I was always a huge fan of hers. And I just wanted to do this video and pay tribute to her. A lot of people have different opinions about this topic. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.